Hello, welcome back to Fanning for Days. You're probably wondering why in the title there is part 1. There's going to be a part 2 at some point. And if you want to learn how to put the tow bar on, I suggest you watch part 2. But today we tried fitting a tow bar and we got a little bit of the way, but there was a lot of problems which kept getting in the way of fitting it today. And this is the story of that. Enjoy.
Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of Fanning for Days. Today you join us in an LDV Maxus 2005, which is our current camper van. Hopefully we'll have this one for a couple of years. Today I need to fit a tow bar. We've got the crossbar behind me, as in behind the van, which we have got to fit. So I'm going to do a little video on fitting a tow bar to this van with the kit that we've got purchased off eBay. I think it was about £155. That comes with the electric. We're not going to cover the electric today. I've got someone else doing that who's much more familiar with these vans than I am, and they can get a little bit complicated when there's lots and lots of wires involved. So he's going to do the electrics at some point, but we are going to try and fit the crossbar and the tow bar onto the back of the van so we can use our boat on our adventures and we can tow our trailer. I've got a kit here, which obviously is going to be what we need to use to fit said tow bar. I've got some instructions which I would never usually use, but I am on this occasion. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. They are the instructions, so it should be quite simple. It should just be bolts. We haven't got to take the bumper off apparently, so it should just go underneath and bolt on. Should be as simple as that. Will it be? I don't know, let's find out. Might be a few swear words involved. That's for the electrics, but yeah, we've got all the electrical stuff in here. That bar will make a big difference. That makes it a lot easier, that little relay there. But yeah, those bits I don't have to worry about. I'm going to give the confusing bit to someone else. I've just got to fit these bolts, fit those brackets, and hopefully in about half an hour, a bit loud, we'll have a tow bar on the back of the LDV Maxus. I can't say this is going to be a how-to video. I don't know what I'm doing. I know roughly, I'm quite mechanically minded, but it might not go smoothly. But we'll see. So if you need to fit one, maybe watch this video and maybe you'll get some tips at the end. Or maybe you won't. Right, let's go to the back of the van, get under it, and see what we can do. Well, sorry about that slight glare. The sun is finally out today, and I'm back to work, so a bit annoying, but hey ho. The tools that I think that we're going to require: you need a spanner set. I need some bigger spanners than that. I've got some in my workshop, so I'll have to go and get some. I think it's M10 that these ones go up to. So yeah, so you need an M10 and an M16. You've only got 2 M16 bolts that you need to put in. So for now, I can leave that. I can go and do that later. So you need an M10, which is this one here. I think that's about 17mm. That should fit those. I've also got a basic socket set as well. That's if I've got to tighten them. I don't know the torque settings on these. I can't tell. So I'll put them in all roughly, and then I will check the torque settings at a later date before I go to use the tow bar. This is just getting it on, bolted up tight, and then I will do all the final touches when I've got a torque set. So we've got those two. I've got a hammer, don't know why, just in case, everyone likes a hammer. To clean, so obviously underneath this chassis, there should be, the bolts should already be there for this tow bar, for this crossbar to go in. The bolts should already be there, it should literally be a bolt-on job. It's an old van, it's 2005. So I'm going to imagine there's going to be a lot of soot, dust, dirt, grime, grease in the holes where the bolts need to go through. So I've got a toothbrush, I've got some tweezers just to poke through and give it a wobble, and I've got 2 oil sprays. We've got this multi-purpose spray here, and then we've got this stuff which is wax spray. This is fantastic. I use a lot on this in my marine life on the boat. Really, really good stuff, but that should do as well. So we've got a bit of spray just to spray them, clean them, and then I've also got a pair of pliers as well. Don't really know what we might need those for. Possibly pulling some bits out, pulling bolts through. I don't know, probably won't need those, but that's what we've got. And because I'm on my gravel driveway, I've also got, for comfort, a nice rug to lie under the van to try and get this crossbar on. The great thing is about these vans. They're quite high up, so we shouldn't need to jack the van up at all. I should just be able to slide under. If you were, I was going to say, if you were a bit fat, you might not be able to get under there, but you'd have to be massive to not get under there. So we can get under here, hopefully no problem whatsoever. So I'm just going to set my rug up underneath, put my tools in place, and we'll show you under the van, and we'll show you what we need to fix first. Well, I like to think I'm not fat, but my goodness, my knees and my joints, I'm certainly feeling my age. I'm only 28, but yeah, I can definitely feel myself getting older as the days go by. Oh, and a pair of these. So the first part of this job is cleaning 8 holes where the bolts should go into. Now, I'm beginning to clean those, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing under the van now. Right, we are now under the van of the LDV Maxus. Now, this is the first time I've actually been under here with this crossbar, so this is what we've got to fit to the chassis. So these are the points that I think it needs to go onto. I've done a retrofit just to place it over, and it all looks like it matches up. Obviously we've got part of the suspension there, which goes onto the, what I believe is the drive shaft. Yeah, that's the 2 points where we're going to need to mount it, I believe. So we're going to have 2 bolts in there and then 2 on the other side as well. Just make sure there's, yeah. So there's 2 bolts there and 2 bolts on the other side. And then if we turn you round, oh, hello. You've got 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm pretty sure it goes there. Now, one of the problems which you might face is if you've got a spare wheel carrier underneath the van, you might have to move it, you might have to relocate it. I don't have one, thank goodness, so we haven't got to worry about that. I do need to put a spare wheel in the van, just in case one decides to go bang on the road. But for now, I'm glad we don't have one, because it hopefully will make this job a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and clean those holes now with the spray, the toothbrush, and the pick, just to clean them out, just to make them a little bit more accessible, poke some things through them, and then we will try and line up this tow bar onto those said points and try and somehow bolt them on. Not quite sure how that's going to work right now, but we'll see. Yeah, looking at these, I wasn't very confident that the bolts were going to screw into these said fixings. Pretty corroded, obviously being at the back of the van, you're going to get lots of water ingress in there. So yeah, my confidence was dropping at this point. Well, that was disgusting. Yeah, lots and lots of crud in those holes, so I'm glad we spent the time to clean those out. Hopefully the threads are still going to be okay. I hope they are. You never really know with a 20-year-old vehicle if the threads will be okay or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bolts in now without the bar being there, just to try and see if I can get the thread started. And then I'll take it out, and then at least I know if they fit or not, and if they work or not. I'm hoping they will, but they do look pretty bad. If it doesn't work, what we'll have to do is we'll have to re-thread the hole. So we'll have to re-tap the hole. I haven't got the tools for that. I'll have to get someone else to do it. We'll have to re-tap 4 holes and use slightly larger bolts that are supplied to then refit those holes. Hopefully it won't go to that, but we will see, won't we? So those are the state of those holes. And there's no way that wants to thread up. Well, as it is with rusty vehicles, we're going to have to do some modifications and some fabrication. What I might do is, it's not going to be a job for today, I'm going to have to do it another day. I'm going to have to drill out slightly larger holes in here. So, because none of these, out of the 8 holes we've got, that is not threading at all. We're going to have to drill out a larger hole, and we're going to go all the way through to the other side, and then we'll put much longer bolts all the way through, and then we'll bolt one that side, we'll bring one that side, and we'll bolt one this side. So part 1 of the job is failed already, unfortunately. Nothing I can do about it. I haven't got a self-tapping tool. I could probably go and get one, but I just don't. I think they're so far gone. I've stuck a head torch in there and it just
they look really corroded, like really bad. It's weird because this vehicle, as far as I'm aware, has not lived by the sea. It's been in the Midlands, so I'd have thought it would be a bit better than that. But it's the back of the car, it's where lots of water goes up from the wheels, you know, so it's kind of probably to be expected. Yeah, rather annoying. Rather annoying. Car jobs never go smooth, I promise you that. Mechanic things anyway, especially on old stuff. If this was a new van, we'd have done it by now.
Well, to be honest, I'm not one to be defeated, and I like to get jobs done. So we drove to the hardware shop to go and pick up a self-tapping tool. Now, unfortunately, this hardware shop didn't have that said tool, and then I went to start the van, and this is where some problems began. Well, we went to the hardware shop, and a bonnet open is never a good sign, is it? Normally I'd be absolutely furious right now and I wouldn't do any filming because I'd be annoyed. But I'm a changed person, I'm more relaxed. It is what it is. For some reason there was a load of water under this bonnet catch. It started no problem on the driveway. Driven it to the hardware store, went to start it, and just one little click and that was it. And then no electrics, and then we had some. And then I opened the bonnet and there's loads of water on the battery. So I've gone into ESK. I've bought some WD-40 to try and clean it. A couple of little tools, because guess what? All the tools that were in the van a few hours ago are now sitting on my driveway because I was trying to fit the tow bar. So I came here to get a self-tapping set, which they didn't even do, so I've not even got what I wanted. And then I'm going to start the van and it hasn't worked. The sun is going to make its way around that way, and then hopefully it will dry out the electrics. But currently just going to clean the battery up, put a bit of WD-40 on it. Hopefully we'll get a connection. Hopefully the fuse box isn't fried, or the ECU's not fried, and it will start. If not, I shall have to speak to the manager here, say it's going to be here for 6-7 days, and then my mate will have to come down and he'll probably be fixing it in this car park. Yeah, rather annoying, but hey ho. Let's see if we can get it back, at least back home. Right, so we've cleaned the terminals. I've tried drying off the water. I'm going to wait 5-10 minutes basically to try and dry the water on top of the battery, and then we will try and start it. If it doesn't start, I'm not going to carry on, keep going. What I'll probably do is leave it here for a couple of days. I'll have to go and speak to the manager and say, you know, my van's broken down in your car park. I'm afraid it's going to have to stay here for a while till it gets fixed. Pay them a little bit, maybe. They should be all right, to be honest. They're quite nice in here, so fingers crossed we'll be all right. But yeah, I'm going to wait 5 minutes and then we'll see if it starts. Oh dear, there's always something with when I buy new cars. Always. Well, I say new cars, it's not a new car, is it? It's a 2005 van, for God's sake. It's an old vehicle. You're going to have problems, but it is what it is. You know, you can't stress about it. Luckily, I'm 10 minutes walk from home, 15 minutes at most. Haven't got work till 6 PM. It's now 11 o'clock, so I could be home by 11:30. Leave it here, lock it up, and worry about it another day. That's kind of what's going to happen. But yeah, we'll wait a couple of minutes and we'll start it up in a bit.
Yeah, you see? So the battery terminals needs to be properly sanded down.
Okay.
Properly. It will happen to you again.
Yeah.
I took the grinder and I grind out battery terminals.
Yeah.
I took the small mini...
Oh, right, well, what we done, as I said, we cleaned the battery terminals with WD-40, took them off, waited a few minutes. I should have filmed trying to start it. I was on the phone to my friend who fixes these things, just to say, shall I wait or shall I start? And he went, nah, just try and start it. Bang, straight away, off it went. So, fingers crossed, we're good now. But yeah, I think water got on the battery, short-circuited it a little bit. You know, at least it's up and going now, and we can go home. I won't worry about trying to get a self-tapping tool today, or I might do. I might just take my Chrysler. Yeah, it's going. So happy days. I think all the electrics are working inside. Yeah, they're all working inside. So we've not blown anything up. Oh god. Yeah, I thought on simple fixes, but it was just annoying I didn't have my tools and I had to go and buy some. But it is what it is. At least we're on the way now. Well, I think the world is telling me not to fix the tow bar today. So we're going to go home. I'm going to tidy up the driveway, put the tools back in the van, so if anything ever happens like that again, I don't have to go and buy them. Thank goodness I was by a shop which sells all the stuff. And we'll do it a different day. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to clean the terminals up big time, really clean them up, and make sure they're properly on the battery and all nice and clean. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an extra bit of rubber around the bonnet so we can't get any rain, because what's happened is it seemed to be underneath. I've got like a bonnet cover, and water seemed to get under the bonnet cover, so when I opened it up, lots of water was sitting on top of the battery, and that's why it's not started, because it's got water on it, and it's short-circuiting, I think, somewhere. But look, we're on the way now. We can go home. That was done. Crisis diverted, shall we say. Part 1 of fitting the tow bar didn't go so well. Let's hope part 2, another day, goes a lot better. So there's a little bit of a background on me then, because considering this is a new channel, you won't know. But I've been going for quite a lot of stuff the last 6 months, and I've really learned a lot about myself. And if this had happened best part 6 months ago, I'd have been really stressed. I would have been having mental episodes, and yeah, wouldn't be a good time at all. But in the last few months, I've learned to be really zen, take life with a pinch of salt, and just take what gets thrown at us as it comes. And I must say, I feel so much better for it. So anybody struggling with anything, just sometimes take a deep breath and realise that it will all be okay. Hello, you two. Hello, you two.
Did Daddy get stuck? He was a bit longer than he said, wasn't he? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, we're all back home now, so we're all good. We'll worry about the tow bar a different day. Absolutely annihilated by yes. Hello. Hello. Come on then. Come on then. Oh. Oh, stop playing that. Stop playing that. Oh. Yeah. Van breakdown number 1. Thankfully it's local and I could fix it in the car park. Oh God. Right, anyway, I'll see you on the next episode when we try and fit the tow bar. Eventually. Yeah, part 2 of tow bar will continue.